Is Toronto on the verge of making a bold move? With a veteran goaltender showing signs of a comeback, the Maple Leafs might just have a valuable trade chip in their hands. As we dive into this intriguing development, is it time for the Leafs to cash in on their depth? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a like to stay on top of all the latest Maple Leafs news. Hey Leafs Nation, today I want to dive into an intriguing situation surrounding our Toronto Maple Leafs and the future of Matt Murray. Now, I know that not everyone is talking about Murray these days, but believe me, there's a lot going on beneath the surface that could have significant implications for our team. As many of you know, Matt Murray has been working hard to regain his elite form with the Toronto Marlies after undergoing hip surgery. His recent performance has been quite impressive, boasting a 2.35 GAA and a .914 save percentage over 5 games. It's clear he still has the skill that helped him clinch 2 Stanley Cups. But with the logjam we have in the crease at the NHL level, we have to wonder, what's next for him? Murray was brought in last summer not only to provide stability, but also to mentor our promising young goalies, Joseph Woll and Anthony Stolarz. And he's been doing just that. But let's face it, he's 30 years old and has a history of injuries. His window to make an impact at the highest level is narrowing. Now, with Murray showing that he can still play at a high level, it's not just us who are watching. Other NHL teams are certainly paying attention, and that includes the Carolina Hurricanes. The Hurricanes are currently facing a goalie crisis, having lost both Frederik Andersen and Pyotr Kochetkov to injuries. Andersen's knee surgery will keep him out for at least 12 weeks, and Kochetkov is sidelined indefinitely with a serious concussion. That leaves them relying on Spencer Martin, a career AHL goalie, who has struggled this season with a GAA of 3.40 and a save percentage of .854. For a competitive team like Carolina, depending on Martin for an extended period could be risky. This is where a potential trade for Matt Murray comes into play. Acquiring him would be a low-risk, high-reward move for the Hurricanes. His playoff pedigree and recent AHL stats suggest he could hold down the fort while Andersen and Kochetkov recover. Plus, he has a familiarity with Hurricanes head coach Rod Brind'Amour from their time in the Eastern Conference, which could ease his transition. From the Maple Leafs' perspective, moving Murray would free up resources within the organization and could net us a mid-round draft pick or a useful depth asset in return. Given that Woll is establishing himself as a reliable NHL goalie and Stolarz is capable as a backup, Murray's path back to the NHL with the Leafs seems pretty blocked. So, what's next for both the Maple Leafs and Matt Murray? If Carolina is desperate for goaltending help and Murray continues to prove he's back in form, this trade could be on the horizon. While losing a veteran safety net like Murray would be tough, it would also allow him to finish his career on his own terms while giving us some much-needed assets for the future. I can't help but feel a mix of emotions about this situation. On one hand, having a proven goalie like Murray in the organization is comforting, but on the other hand, it might be time to let him go for the greater good of the team. You believe this is the best decision? Honestly, I'm torn. And you, what do you think? Is trading Murray the right move? Or should we hold on to him just in case? I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments. Let's get that discussion going. The Toronto Maple Leafs are in a fascinating position right now, and I can't help but feel a mix of excitement and apprehension as we approach the trade deadline. According to insider Nick Kyprios, the Leafs might be looking to trade one of their goalies, either Joseph Woll or Anthony Stolarz, and that's a big talking point among the fan base. Let's break it down. For the first time in what feels like ages, Toronto has found some consistency in net with Woll and Stolarz. Joseph Woll has really come into his own, boasting an impressive record of .520 with a stellar 2.00 goals against average and a .922 save percentage. He's riding a 4-game win streak and showing us all why he's being touted as the goalie of the future. On the other hand, we have Anthony Stolarz, who stepped up admirably during Wall's injury. With a record of 7.42, a 2.33 GAA, and a .921 save percentage, he's proven to be a valuable asset for this team. Both goalies are contributing greatly to the Leafs' success this season, and fans are finally feeling a sense of stability between the pipes. However, Kyprios is suggesting that the Leafs could move one of these players before the deadline, and that raises a lot of questions. Why would they break up this duo when they've finally found something that works? On one hand, it seems like a move that could jeopardize the team's momentum. We're in a competitive Atlantic division, and the last thing we want is another early playoff exit. The thought of trading either Wall or Stolarz feels risky, especially given the fact that both have shown they can handle the pressures of the NHL. But let's not forget the strategic side of things. The Maple Leafs may be eyeing a big-name forward, and in the NHL, if you want to acquire top talent, you often have to give up something valuable in return. Imagine the buzz if Toronto were to put together a package for someone like Sidney Crosby. It's not absurd to think Wall could be part of that trade, which is a tough pill to swallow for many of us. Would we really want to part with a player who's showing signs of greatness? It's a dilemma that every fan is wrestling with right now. And then there's the financial aspect. Stolarz is on a bargain deal at $2.5 million for this season and next, while Wall just signed a 5-year contract. Both players are cost-effective options, which makes the potential for a trade even more complicated. Are we prepared to lose one of them when they're both performing at such high levels? It's a question that's weighing heavily on my mind, and I'm sure it is for you too. So, what do you think? Is trading one of our goalies the right move for the future of the Maple Leafs? I have to admit, I'm torn. On one side, I see the logic in acquiring a top-tier forward to bolster our offense. But on the other hand, I can't shake the feeling that we might be undermining our own success by breaking up a duo that has finally brought some stability to our goaltending situation. I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this potential trade? Are you in favor of moving one of our goalies? Or do you think we should hold on to them and keep building towards that elusive championship? Let's open up this debate in the comments below. Share your expectations and frustrations. I want to know what you're thinking. And before you go, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of the latest updates on the Maple Leafs. And remember to activate the notification bell to stay in the loop with all the breaking news. This is a crucial time for our team, and I'll be here every step of the way, bringing you the insights and updates you crave. Let's keep the conversation going. And as always, go Leafs go!